We are grateful to the Mississaugas of the New Credit, on whose traditional territory we are gathering. Please welcome your Master of Ceremonies.
Please sit, sit, sit. Okay, welcome everyone. We'll let the buzz die down a little bit. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you kindly take your seats, we will begin the night's activities. Thank you. Now, I know what you're all thinking. And no, there won't be any refunds. You're stuck with me for this evening, all right? Listen, you're all here. We have some wonderful food coming. You got some nice wine. And most importantly of all, we have a phenomenal slate of individuals to honor and to celebrate with their induction into the Canadian Mining Hall of Fame. So let's begin. Okay, so you all already know who I am not. But who the heck am I? Well, for those of you who I have not yet had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Anthony Vaccaro. I am the publisher of the Northern Miner and of Glacier's Resource Innovation Group. Yeah, but why should you care? Well, the thing is, when you have someone from the media come to MC an event such as this, ipso facto, everything is on the record. And that includes your dinner table conversations. Yes. So if you have anything particularly juicy to get off your chest about an executive at another table, if you would kindly just lean in towards your centerpieces or your table numbers. These microphones are very, very tiny. They pick up a lot of ambient noise. We don't want to misquote anybody. It's a nice, easy way to get into the paper. You just say something salacious, and you blame it on the wine the next day. Works every time. Now, the Northern Miner and the Canadian Mining Hall of Fame have a long, cherished, shared history. It was past publisher and Hall of Fame inductee, Mort Brown, who had the idea in the first place. He reached out to his friend Ed Thompson. Ed's here tonight, another Hall of Fame inductee. Hello, Ed. And the two of them, yes, absolutely. The two of them, with other people, did the heavy lifting, and the first event was held back in 1989, and look at us now. Incredible. Mort, I hope you're looking down and smiling on tonight's events. Now, when I was getting ready for tonight's events, my lovely wife, Jacqueline, who's also here tonight, had the idea that I should go through the old Northern Miner archives and see if I can find any old stories that really contrast with where the industry is today. So being a dutiful husband, I went down into the Northern Miner vaults and I got started. I started in 1915, no joke. Started going through, working my way through. It wasn't until I got to 1929 that I found a story that really jumped out and has an unexpected connection to tonight's events. So here it is. In 1929, past editor-in-chief Richard Pierce, an extraordinary individual in his own right, another Hall of Fame inductee, set out on a site visit to the Arctic, and the plane went down. It's 1929. They didn't have the communication devices that we're blessed with today. People didn't know exactly where the plane went down. They didn't know if they were alive or dead. Search parties went out. They went for days, then weeks, and then months. Finally, after 3 months, they were found alive, thank God, brought back safely. They had survived in the Arctic winter by building shelters out of snow and by eating seal meat the whole time. There's a photo published in the Northern Miner. This is from December 1929. That's the camp they had set up. When I saw this, immediately my eyes went to one of the figures there in the back that's pretty obscured. I was so kind of intrigued by it that I actually had this photo sent off to a company that does facial recognition technology. They ran some analysis and algos on it. They sent back the results recently. So if we can zoom in, and one more. Ebe Shirkus, everyone. Apparently, Agnico's great success in the Arctic was no overnight sensation. They had Ebe poking around up there back in the 1920s. Listen, it's an honor to induct Ebe into the Hall of Fame tonight for the crucial role that he played in building Agnico Eagle into one of the world's great gold mining companies. Also being inducted tonight is Alex Ballo. Now, Alex, yes, please. Alex is one of these double threats in our industry. He's known for his incredible business acumen. He helped build Noranda and Falconbridge into true global mining giants. And he also has some serious technical chops. He's very noted for his innovations and as being an inventor as well. One of his noted inventions came from the 1960s, the gas pay puncher. There it is up on the screen, the gas pay puncher. It is still invented in the 1960s, still used in copper smelters around the world to this very day. The gas pay puncher. Not to be confused, of course, with the Shawinigan handshake, right? Alex wants nothing to do with the Shawinigan handshake. That's something entirely different. For younger people in our audience, that is an acting prime minister choking a protester. The 1990s, the 1990s, unbelievable. And people say Canadians are too nice. That was our prime minister. Amazing, amazing. We're also inducting Jerry Asp tonight. Jerry truly represents the best of our industry. He's an esteemed leader in the mining community and in the Indigenous community. Now, Jerry's one of these individuals that can't settle down. When he retired a few years back, instead of heading south to Arizona from BC like you're supposed to do, he actually went further north up to Whitehorse. Not that he's there that much. He tirelessly travels the globe, advising and advocating around Indigenous land claims. And now that he's learned that you can actually change in your air miles for a placer mine in the Yukon, there's absolutely no stopping him now. You'll get there, Jerry. Just a million miles to go, right? Our final inductee for tonight is one that is long overdue. A pioneer on the exploration side, Hans Lundberg. Hans has a long list. Hans has a long list of firsts in this industry. He was the first to do geochemical studies. He was the first to do geophysical studies in Canada. He was the first to combine the two, and he was the first to do airborne geophysics. It's been said that Hans spent so much time on first that he never had a chance to get to second base. Although it might have had something to do with the pants, I don't know. Now I'd like to pay homage to a wonderful individual who has entertained us all over the last 18 years. Pierre Lassonde. Yes. Pierre, your charm, your classiness, your sense of humor, and your golden sense of style, which no one could ever emulate, has helped build this event into what it is today. And for that, everyone at the board of the Hall of Fame, everyone who's attended this event, all the sponsors, offer you this most sincere gratitude. If I could please draw everyone's attention to the video monitors.
My name is Pierre Lassonde, and I'm very pleased to act as your Master of Ceremony for this very prestigious event. For those of you who don't know me, that's okay. I don't know you either. I can feel the energy in this crowd. What's the difference between air miles and the Maple Leafs? Well, at least air miles earn points. Oh mon Dieu, impossible. I mean, I'm not making this up. This is true. Oh, come on, grow up. I can't help myself. I'm not gonna go there. I couldn't resist, sorry.
Talk about a tough act to follow. Is it getting hot in here or is it just me? All right. It's now my pleasure to introduce your head table, a group of individuals who each go beyond what is expected and what is asked of them. I'd ask you, all members of the head table, to please stand when your name is called, and for the audience, please hold your applause until the end. John Baer, Chair of the Canadian Mining Hall of Fame. John Bianchini, Hatch. Jad Shimali, EY Canada. Aaron Regent, Magris Resources. Susan Horvath, Royal Ontario Museum Governors. Pierre Lassonde, Franco-Nevada. Glenn Nolan, Noront Resources. Sean Boyd, Agnico Eagle. José Méteau, Association Minière du Québec. Phil Baker, Hecla. Don Lindsay, Teck. Sophia Sakos, Yamana Gold. And Chris Twig-Molsey, Hatch. Ladies and gentlemen, your head table. I'll now ask that everyone show their pride in one of the world's most important mining nations by standing to sing the Canadian National Anthem, performed by Catherine Ouimet. Catherine? Merci, Catherine, that was beautiful. Perhaps while we're all standing, a moment of silence for all the people that lost their lives on the Ukrainian national airline, 63 Canadians. If we can maybe have 30 seconds of silence for all those who were lost, please. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And now let's raise a glass. A toast to our rich mineral endowment, our global mining leadership, and to all of the people that make it happen. Cheers and salut.
Over the course of the evening, the Canadian Mining Hall of Fame would like to acknowledge our sustaining sponsors and our dinner sponsors. It is with sponsor support we maintain our enduring presence within the Canadian mining industry. Thank you to our legacy sponsor, Hecla Mining Company. Hecla is a precious metals mining company with operations in Canada, the United States, and Mexico. Since 1891, Hecla has been delivering long-term value for shareholders and building a net positive legacy for all.
Okay, bon appetit, everyone. Enjoy the conversation in the company. I'll see you at 8:15.